Hello and welcome to Low Budget Gaming and welcome to one more Steam Spring Sale video. This time we are looking at shooters. So I've mixed both first person and third person shooters in this one, and I'm also trying not to repeat anything I've mentioned in the previous video, so there may be some new and unusual games, let's say. So first we start off with Sniper Elite 3. Now I have mentioned Sniper Elite 4 and 5 in other videos. The third one, this is set in North Africa. Fourth one is in Italy. I think fifth one is not sure where fifth the latest one is, but yeah, this is set in North Africa. You once again play Carl Fairborn or something like that, and it is surprisingly cheap. So this is 85% off, 109 in India, $449, £344 and €419. There's a season pass, and if you buy them together it's a little more, it's not too bad. So yeah, you could just buy the whole thing. I'm actually thinking of getting this because I haven't bought anything yet, and I've only played the first Sniper Elite. I could maybe try V2 first, or maybe this one, depends. But I do like some games like these with a bit of sniping, I guess. Well, let's wait and see what he does. Yep, he's going to blow up the testicles. Nope, heart. Alright, next we have Painkiller Black Edition. So this is the classic shooter, lots of gore, stuff like that. You can see by the aspect ratio this is an older game. Now you could get this off GOG when they have a sale, because the GOG versions work better, but if you prefer Steam, it's available here, and it is also very cheap with the regional pricing and stuff. So 80% off, 73 in India, $2, £179 and €2. Another classic game, we have Nukem 3D 20th Anniversary World Tour. Now I don't know if this is the original game remade or something, or if this was a new release. I have bought this, but I haven't played it yet. It looks like it's the old one, but it could have been like updated for modern stuff, I guess. So 90% off, very cheap once again, 56 in India, $2, £149 and €2. Next is Call of Juarez Gunslinger. So there are 4 games in total. I don't know what happened to the cartel because I heard it was pretty bad. But right now these 3 are available. The first 2 are cheaper. This is the third and final game, or the fourth game if you will. So this is from 2013. It looks pretty good graphically as well. And this is 70% off, 294 in India, $449, £329 and €374. Euros. There's also a bundle of all the 3 games, again not too expensive. Also this was given away free. I think Techland was celebrating some anniversary or something, so they gave it away back in 21. Bulletstorm Full Clip Edition is the next one from Gearbox, and People Can Fly. People Can Fly have made the Outriders game recently. Outriders, yeah, and once again looks fun and not very expensive. So 90% off, 89 rupees only, $4, €3 and 369. Hang on, let's do this again. $4, £3 and 369 euros. I was originally making a list for under 5 when I added these games, then I thought I have too many shooters, so I made a separate video. So that's why you're seeing a lot of cheaper ones. Now next is Black Mesa. So if you have been following my channel, you know I'm a big fan of Half-Life and stuff. So this is a remake made by a separate developer with better graphics. So it's the original Half-Life game from '98, but with better graphics, made by a third party basically, with Valve's blessings. And apart from the final 4 chapters, the Zen missions, if you've played Half-Life, you know what I'm talking about. Everything else is exactly the same. Well, minor changes here and there. I remember one level being a little shorter, but the final 4 chapters are a little longer. But it looks very good, and basically, original Half-Life came out in '98. This one looks like something from 2012 maybe in terms of graphics. But again, if you want to experience the whole thing again in better graphics, you can check this out. Or if you're playing for the first time and you want to play with better graphics, you can try this as well. So this is 50% off, 264 in India, $10, £749 and €749. Doom Eternal. So I'm surprised I haven't mentioned the Doom game so far in my videos. So here it is, the latest one. We have, again, I don't really need to say much. Doom is kind of the grandfather of FPS games. So let's get to the actual game. So this is the actual game here. 67% off, 593 in India, $13.19 cents, 1154 pounds and 13 euros and 19 cents. You also have Year 1 Pass, Ancient Gods Part 2. So I think there are 2 expansions, I guess. Next is Gears 5. So when this came out a few years ago, I played this via the Game Pass on launch day, streamed it in fact, and I was actually surprised because this is once again a game that is much better than I thought. Graphically looks good, was fun to play, had a bit of a semi-open world feel to it, unlike the previous Gears games, and yeah, runs very well too, very well optimized. So this is 67% off, 296 in India, $13.19, 1154 pounds and 13.19. It's an unusual price and a lot of games seem to be having these 13.19 stuff. Alright, next is the original Half-Life 2 game. So from 2004, and I often say this, that it still surprisingly looks good in terms of graphics. It holds up, even controls are fine. And if you still haven't played this by now, definitely try it out. And this is very cheap once again, 90% off, 48 rupees only, $1.85 and 97 pence. Again, cents, sorry. Next we have a boomer shooter. So this is Project Warlock. Again, retro style shooter like the early Doom and Wolfenstein games. So yeah, very positive as well. We have 77% off on this one, 112 in India, $2.76, 2 pounds and 30 pence and 253 in the Eurozone. Next is Void Bastards. So this is a roguelike style of FPS game. It's set in space, you have some convicts and you have to explore this whole system, and you send in the guy. If he dies, you send another guy to replace him, and you have to look for stuff or something. I can't remember too much. I played it, I think, from the Game Pass, and it's also been given away by Epic, I think. So it should be a fun little game if you want to try this. And they say it's inspired by Bioshock and System Shock 2. So this is 70% off, 209 in India, $9, 749 pounds and 9 euros. Next is Industria. Now this is a bit of an unusual game. I was sent a key by the devs and I played this, streamed this. In fact, I finished the whole game in one stream. It was like about 4 hours or so. And it left a bit of an impression on me. I kind of liked it. I mean, it has that Half-Life feel to it, once again. And it's definitely a game made with passion and love. It's made by a very small team. So it's a little buggy in places, but as I've mentioned, I streamed it and I finished the whole game in one sitting at launch. So even if there are bugs at launch as well, it ran fine and I managed to finish it. So a small short game, about 4 hours I would say, maybe less, depending on how you played. But the feel, the setting, and the story was also somewhat interesting. It did end kind of abruptly, let's say. So some of you may not like it. So yeah, basically what I'm trying to say is watch some reviews, because I like it, but I can also see why it has mixed reviews, because a lot of people felt they did not get the closure with the story. Anyway, price. So this is 50% off, 264 in India, $10, 849 pounds and 10 euros. Next is Prey. So again, when this came out, a lot of people were very frustrated and unhappy because it shared the name with the previous Prey game from 2006 but had nothing to do with it. I have actually played the old Prey game and I liked it recently, in fact. This one is again nothing like it, but still pretty good, and people who are not so annoyed, they do tend to like it. It's made by Arcane, the people behind the Dishonored games, and they do make some good games. So this is now 75% off, 349 in India, $749, 624 pounds and 749 euros. Remnant from the Ashes. So this is another polarizing game. When it first launched, I saw a lot of critics hate it and some really love it. So I'm in the camp that likes it. And it's a bit procedural in some areas, and also your runs may be different. Like if you play a couple of times, you may run into different bosses and different areas, things like that. But I liked the feel of this game. I played it with a friend and nearly finished it in co-op. Also played quite a bit in solo as well. People say this is Souls-like with guns. I'm not sure. I didn't think it was that difficult. There was a few challenging boss fights, but it wasn't anything terribly difficult. So anyway, if you want to try something different, check this out. There's a sequel announced coming out, so probably did well enough for them to make a second one. So this is 60% off, 576 in India, $16, 1239 pounds and 16 euros. There's a complete edition as well, which includes two expansions or DLCs, I guess. And then we have Superhot. So Superhot is a unusual indie unique take on the FPS. Basically, you and the enemies move together, kind of. So basically, everything is still. If you move, then everything moves. It's a bit hard to explain, but try it out. It's an interesting idea. 70% off, 185 in India, $749, 539 pounds and 689 euros. Red Faction Guerilla Remastered. So this is a remastered version and it's called Remastered because it's set on Mars, I guess. Big open world style game, third person, lots of destructible environments here. And it's a fun game. A lot of people do enjoy this game. They did the remaster a few years ago. It's an older game. So this is 80% off, 139 in India, $4, 3 pounds and 3 euros. Also, if you had the original game from like many years ago, they gave you the remastered for free. So have a look in your library. You may already have the remaster. You don't need to buy it again. And then finally, we have Binary Domain. This is a game by Sega. Once again, Sega gave this away for free. I did not know much about this game. And this is set in a futuristic, maybe cyberpunk Tokyo. So third-person shooter. I think third-person cover shooter. But yeah, older game now, 11 years old. 80% off, 95 rupees only, $3, 2 pounds and 3 euros. So that's a look at some shooters. And I have one or two more ideas, so I might make those videos. But I'm struggling to find quality stuff under 2, mostly because I've already covered them in other videos. So I don't want to repeat the games this time. And that's why I may not make any lower priced ones below 5. But I may have one or two genres in mind that need covering. So anyway, thank you for watching and see you next time.